narcissist, they will realize they can't control you and will surrender to you. We're back with another video about the things narcissists fear. That person is a narcissist. Watch this movie to stop them for good. Truth bombs of a certain size will not only stop the ego, but also their pet monkeys and little slaves. It's great to see you again. It's great to have you back on my show. You're in for a big treat if this is your first time on my show. Feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself in the space below. To make sure you never miss a new movie, subscribe to our channel and click the bell. Thanks a lot. Let's talk about how to never let a narcissist down again. But what I'm about to say might not always work for everyone. Always having a lot of tools in your toolbox is a good rule of thumb. How you say something is just as important as what you say. The way you act could make a big difference when you talk to a narcissist. It's the only thing that's real. Always keep your cool and act like you don't care. It's best to take the talk like a business deal, no matter who the narcissist is. This means you shouldn't be rude, sarcastic, or take cheap shots. That also means you should never answer what they say. Ever. That is, the ego won't show any feelings. Think about all the things that don't make sense. You shouldn't fight with this person or try to meet their wants. Remember that you are working with a child when you are with bad people like narcissists. You're really dealing with an adult child who is selfish, feels like they receive special treatment, and has emotional issues. Someone you're dealing with will do anything to hurt, anger, or get what they want. They will also try to change what happens and how other people see it so they can get what they want and win the right fight. And if they are really angry and want to get back at you, they will do anything. They will say and do anything to get what they want. Feel free to take care of yourself in any way you choose if you know this ahead of time. Narcissists don't know what's right and wrong because they don't care about other people or have a consciousness. They will do anything to say they are a victim or a hero. They never get even a little blamed for the bad things that happen because of how they think and act, which is sad. People like these will change the past and make up stories to fit their strange ideas. They tell lies, trick people, and make things hard to understand while leaving out important truths. They won't be touched by how much you care even if you go up to them with all your love and a big heart. You can't change the way a narcissist acts, even if you are loving, kind, and honest. It's not worth your time to try to get along with them better or be more patient or understanding. It's not likely to work. Narcs won't find it funny to talk about normal things with a healthy person. So get rid of everything. Instead of what you are doing now, you want the other thing. To turn them off, you need to do the exact opposite of what you think. Keep a straight face and act like you're bored, and don't feel anything. Words and clear, easy comments are the best ways to talk to someone. I'd like to use that as an example. I'm sorry, but I can't help you right now. It's not possible. I'm not going to do what you say. I don't care what you say at all. To put it another way, no is a word in itself. There is nothing else to say about it after it has been said. You could just say, I answered your question, if the ego keeps asking. Finally, there is peace. There's nothing left to say. You can't avoid it. It's clear that this is true. It will take you a while to get used to this plan if it's new to you. You should work on it more. You can get rid of a narcissist for good by being very energetic and sharing facts without any emotion. When you talk, try to be as open and neutral as you can. There was peace after that. Allow yourself to get used to how awkward it is to be completely alone. Like, breathe out deeply after telling someone no. Allow the awkward moment to do what it needs to do. Let the quiet do its thing after you've spoken or said something short and clear. It's very important to just breathe and stay calm. Take care of yourself. Also, remember that all you're doing is giving information. This doesn't make me feel anything as a business deal. I get it is another option. You could also say, I'm listening. I'm going to tell you. I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to think about it. It could also work with a pretty flat line. This is not a joke. Once someone says something short, clear, and to the point, there is silence. If you have a poisonous ego, you might do better to keep quiet. Find out more about this and the best way to use it. The pain of quiet is much stronger than words once you get used to it. If you're working with a damaging narcissist, you should learn how to use this to your advantage. To put it another way, we speak slowly and clearly. I can see that you don't have any power over me. It sounds like you don't want to be there unless it's really important. Do not let anyone else take charge of my life. That is the most important thing. It won't happen. And it won't. Narcissists who want to hurt you will be shocked by how quiet things get after you make your point clear. It will be worse for them than they could have imagined. You can use wonderful instead, but it's not always the best choice. That's fine if you agree. That's fine with me. I'm not mad. There's nothing left to say. Let the dice do what they want. Saying something like, no, that won't happen is another way to get your point across. The narcissist starts to lose control when they realize they can't keep you in line. This is the only way to get rid of a narcissist for good. This kind of, I don't care what you think or feel behavior will make them look for someone else to worry. Your life will be peaceful. It can be painful and hard to get along with narcissists because they are known for being tough. They are most believable when they praise your character's good traits early on in the idealization process, which is when love bombing is used to sway you. They will start to show who they really are after the honeymoon is over. Now you can see that their first and natural reaction to anything you say will be to disagree. Narcissists will often say, I disagree. You could say, you're so wrong. All you want is for it to be false. There's nothing left to say. You could also ask them to say it again. It's a good idea to deal with their crazy and obviously false behavior in this way. Don't lose your cool and ask nicely for another chance. If they say it over and over, they must have heard it. Most of the time, having recently said something completely fake is enough to prove that they are lying. Think about whether you can hear yourself if the thing doesn't work, you say. Take a moment to think about what you said. This time you can get away with it, but don't do it again. It's finally quiet. Because of what you said, they've had to deal with their own stupidity and sometimes violence. You also let them fix things. Tell them that they will be kicked out of the game 10 times if they are rude or stealthy. They know it's dangerous. This makes the ego give up or back down a lot of the time. It's important to get your point across with as few words as possible. Don't lose your anger and stay calm. Nobody will lose their cool or become sad or angry. There's no need to talk. No one will be able to explain or justify how you act. Never lose your cool and be hard and cold. Relax and take a deep breath. A good way to get the attention of a narcissist who is always being negative or protective is to ask, are you okay? People will always be angry with you. After that, say, oh, and if you want, it's fine with me if you agree. It won't happen again. We've made our point. There's no more to say. What you're really saying is that you watch what they do. This has to be said, unless those people are totally stupid. It is now time to send the message. You know narcissists spread lies, don't care about how other people feel, and don't have any boundaries. Narcissists are nerves, even if they don't seem that way. When someone isn't sure of themselves, they want to know everything about everyone, even if it's not true. Telling someone something private or upsetting about your life is okay. Just say, "That's none of my business." Most likely, you should not tell anyone that. Let the silence that's still there do its thing. Let people know about the idea. If a narcissist is being mean, they might say something simple like "That's interesting," or "I can see why you're mad." What you should do is up to you in this case. It doesn't matter what you believe about me. Say it or think about it. Tell them, "Let's talk when you feel better. After that, go back the way you came." Something like, "Let's just give up now, before things get worse," could also work. Once more, leave. Leave the scene. That's it. The conversation is over now. Boom. It's easy to use. There are many nice things that narcissists' friends and family say, but here are some ideas for what to say. As well liked as flying monkeys, with small followers, weak leaders, and scared followers. Someone with a selfish attitude is the one I'm talking about if they have ever hurt you. Give them praise when they say they care about you or are kind to you by saying they do. What I do for my own safety and well-being has nothing to do with you. Thank you very much, no matter what. It's finally quiet. There's nothing left to say. I already told you, "I don't want to talk about this with you," is another thing you could say. It would mean a lot to me if you respected my privacy. Passive, and "I'm at a loss for words," are two other options. This talk can't be about that subject. You can't avoid it. No matter what you say, it's important to say it with respect and honor, and in a dry, business-like, cold, straightforward, clear, and brief way. Nasty people quickly figure out what they can and can't do when they talk to you. When things aren't as important, you should use the same strategies. That means you can talk with confidence, even when a lot is at stake. That should be enough to help. In the space below, tell us what you think and what you've done. You can click the bell icon below the video and subscribe to our channel to see more videos. Thanks for giving this some thought. When you do this, a narcissist's body will immediately vibrate and be easy to control. Have you ever felt ensnared in the intricate web of a narcissist's manipulative schemes, constantly dancing to the tune of their unpredictable mood swings and whims? If so, rest assured, you're not alone in this tumultuous journey. When a narcissist gains control over your emotions and actions, they perceive themselves as wielding immense power and dominance. They relish in the ability to manipulate your joy or sorrow at their whim, driven solely by their selfish desires. But what if you could rewrite the narrative and reclaim your autonomy? What if you made the conscious choice not to play into their game? Today, we embark on a journey to uncover why narcissists fear your silence, and how embracing this empowering choice can reshape the dynamic of your interactions with them. But before we delve deeper, we want you to know that personalized assistance is available to support you in navigating the challenges posed by a narcissistic presence in your life. For as little as $1 a week, our dedicated support team is here to guide you on your path to healing and liberation. Click the link in the description below to embark on this transformative journey. Now let's unravel the intricate layers of employing stillness within the realm of a narcissistic relationship. Perhaps you've experienced those moments when they abruptly cease communication with you. It's a scenario that unfolds more frequently than we prefer, and each instance delivers a palpable blow to the soul, doesn't it? To truly grasp the potency of silence, we must first comprehend why narcissists opt for this tactic of non-communication. How seamlessly they transition from lavishing you with attention to withdrawing into silence, leaving you isolated and bewildered in their wake. Narcissists employ this behavior for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, it stems from their unyielding pride. They adamantly believe that every word uttered and action taken by them is infallible, refusing to shoulder any responsibility for their wrongdoings, regardless of the gravity or impact on your well-being. Consequently, if you dare to challenge them, unveil their falsehoods, confront them about their detrimental behavior, or endeavor to engage in a candid discussion regarding your emotions, they will shut you out, sealing off all avenues of communication. Confronting reality is simply beyond their emotional capacity. They understand all too well that exposing their vulnerabilities would tarnish the pristine facade they tirelessly uphold, yet they lack the emotional fortitude to confront this harsh truth. It's crucial to bear in mind that their apparent concern for your well-being is nothing more than a facade. Another motive behind their silent treatment is to manipulate and inflict harm upon you. Remarkably, their silence can serve as a potent weapon, sowing seeds of doubt within you and causing you to question your own judgment. Perhaps you found yourself in situations where you present a differing viewpoint to the narcissist, backed by irrefutable evidence supporting your stance. However, their inflated ego vehemently rejects the truth, opting instead to gaslight you and invalidate your perspective. The narcissist wields a cunning knack for manipulating every scenario to their advantage. They're skilled at shifting blame onto you during arguments, leaving you bewildered and struggling to grasp what just occurred. Regardless of the issue at hand, they ensure you bear the blame, punishing you through their silent treatment. This silence persists until one of two scenarios unfolds. You apologize or promise never to bring up the matter again. Narcissists vehemently avoid confronting their past, reacting defensively and with grievance even at the mere mention of recent events. Their goal, once again, is to dodge accountability for their actions. But what if you decided to alter the dynamics of this game? What if you chose to disengage from communication with them? What if you showed them the consequences they deserve? Let me tell you, they'd be terrified. Why, you might wonder. Because narcissists recognize they've pushed boundaries too far and overstepped when you refuse to engage, depriving them of the satisfaction of a reaction. The thought of your absence, the fear of losing their power over you, and the realization that you're no longer responsive instill deep dread within them. The mere concept of silence and withdrawal poses a significant threat to a narcissist. However, here's a critical point to ponder. Narcissists can never bid farewell. Think about all the unresolved conflicts from the past. Each instance of their sudden silence sparks a new argument without resolution, endlessly cycling, because they lack the ability to genuinely conclude matters. When you opt not to respond, they swiftly realize they've crossed a boundary. Despite their anger and attempts to manipulate or provoke you back into communication, they understand that your silence reflects their own behavior towards you. They grasp that addressing their wrongdoings with you will necessitate offering an explanation and seeking resolution. This awareness places them under immense stress. You might understandably question whether maintaining silence and holding them accountable makes you a monster. Rest assured it does not. Your intention isn't to harm them, but rather to protect yourself and ensure you receive the answers you rightfully deserve. Choosing silence might serve as a way for you to ease your own pain. Let's confront the truth. You've likely endured numerous cycles of silent treatment throughout your relationship with the narcissist. But why do they resort to silence? It's rooted in their inability to form genuine connections or communicate effectively, not only with you but with others as well. However, it's essential to refrain from using silence as a tool for vengeance. Instead, embrace it after exploring all other avenues. You've attempted reasoning, expressed genuine emotions, and held them accountable, yet with no positive outcome. The narcissist thrives on the satisfaction of always being the victor, reveling in the confusion they sow to gain attention and evoke internal distress. Understanding this, you'll realize you've exhausted all options and said all that needs saying, leaving silence as the next step. Reclaiming control begins with recognizing that maintaining a toxic relationship with a narcissist only serves their agenda. Investing time and energy in trying to change them is futile. Shift your focus inward, prioritizing your well-being. Understand this. Nothing you say or do will alter the dynamics with this toxic individual. Engaging only fuels their appetite for conflict. By choosing silence, you not only benefit yourself, but also provoke a significant reaction, paving the way to break free from their hold. Thank you for tuning in, and stay vigilant for those telltale signs. Keep your wits about you, stay resilient and bold, and embark on the journey to live your best life today. When empaths are angry, this is the cruel way empaths do to narcissists. Greetings, wonderful audience. I'm absolutely delighted to have each and every one of you here, brimming with anticipation to impart some invaluable insights. Today, I am poised to unveil the top 10 maneuvers that send destructive narcissists into a frenzy when confronted by empaths. But before we plunge into the delectable details, let me underscore that the wisdom I'm about to impart is tailored specifically for those grappling with emotional manipulators who inflict trauma and torment. This advice is not geared towards individuals facing perilous or potentially violent situations. If you find yourself in such dire circumstances, prioritize your safety by swiftly seeking assistance from medical professionals, law enforcement, or other trusted authorities. Never jeopardize your well-being or that of your cherished ones. Now that this crucial message has been conveyed, let's immerse ourselves in the heart of the matter. Brace yourselves to uncover the strategies and traits that will leave your narcissistic counterpart reeling. Take diligent notes as I dissect everything you need to be aware of. But hold on. Before we proceed to our next tactic, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our weekly doses of insightful tips aimed at enriching your life. Let's kick off with our first tactic. Steer clear of being caught in the crossfire of their conflicts. Narcissists thrive amidst chaos, drama, and intensity, often seeking an easy target to unleash their self-hatred and guilt upon. They perceive their victims as emotional punching bags, subjecting them to relentless verbal assaults, criticisms, and projections. But what if you opt out of engaging in their battles? What if you choose not to react emotionally, instead meeting their attacks with a calm, blank expression? By refusing to be drawn into their toxic vortex, you transform into a less accessible target. This leaves the narcissist feeling frustrated and powerless, as their attempts to manipulate or control you prove futile. Consequently, their endeavors to destabilize your emotional state fall flat, leaving them devoid of an outlet for their negativity. Let's move on to tactic number 2, displaying indifference to their problems. Have you ever encountered someone so immersed in their own dramas and conflicts that it feels like they've lost touch with reality? Well, that's precisely how a narcissist operates. They thrive on attention, control, and power, using various manipulative tactics to shape how you perceive them. But what if you simply show that you couldn't care less? What if you demonstrate that their issues and rumors don't even register on your radar? Just imagine the confusion that will wash over them as they realize their antics have no effect on you. Picture the frustration they feel when they can't sway your emotions or actions. By focusing on your own life, goals, and happiness, you strip away their power over you, leaving them flustered and powerless. So, let them see that their problems and attempts to influence you hold little to no weight in your world. Let's move on to tactic number 3, exposing them to others. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, skilled at crafting elaborate personas to deceive others and present themselves in the best possible light. But what if their carefully constructed facade were shattered in front of an audience? What if you were to reveal their lies, exaggerations, or their true lack of competence? Picture the panic that flashes in their eyes when confronted directly, and their inability to respond without exposing their true selves. Imagine the discomfort they feel when their flaws or failures are laid bare for all to see. By doing so, you strip away their power over you and unveil their authentic nature. Their ability to deceive you, as well as others, crumbles as everyone witnesses their true character. Therefore, don't hesitate to confront them openly, exposing their true colors in front of others, and refusing to tolerate their dishonesty and manipulations. Stand firm and let them know that you see through their facade. Now let's move on to number 4, acknowledging their true self. What if you stopped falling for their elaborate lies and confronted them with their real identity? What if you refused to buy into their fabricated stories and refused to let them manipulate you any further? By challenging their emotions and personal narratives, you're essentially declaring, "I see through your deceptive claims and manipulative maneuvers." You show that you won't be fooled and that you can see through their facade. But how can you achieve this? The next time you catch a narcissist badmouthing someone or spinning a tale to garner sympathy, dare to question their narrative and make it clear that their falsehoods won't go unchallenged. This disrupts their game, leaving them unsure how to proceed, as you refuse to play along any longer. Let's explore tactic number 5, mirroring their disrespect. Imagine if you gave them a taste of their own medicine by treating them with the same level of disrespect they so freely dish out. What if you made them feel insignificant and turned the tables on them? One effective way to retaliate against narcissists is to meet their disrespect with contempt and disdain. By mirroring their behavior, you send a clear message that you refuse to be manipulated or mistreated any longer. You simply won't tolerate their judgments or criticisms. But how can you put this into action? Start by refusing to let them dominate the conversation or make you feel inadequate. Hold your ground and assert yourself. Let them know that you won't stand for their self-centered antics and that their attempts to intimidate you are futile. Now, on to number 6, disregarding their existence. Picture responding to their manipulations with a chuckle or a dismissive glance that says, "Seriously, you expect me to buy into that?" Ignoring them can strip away their power. By refusing to take their narcissistic behavior seriously, you deny them the attention and validation they crave. You show that their stories and schemes hold no sway over you. However, tread carefully and observe their reaction. When they spin elaborate tales and embellish their falsehoods, they might unravel where their attempts at manipulation fall on deaf ears. Let's delve into tactic number 7, unwavering honesty. Consider this scenario. What if you dared to speak the unadulterated truth to a narcissist, even if it stung? What if you fearlessly shared the harsh realities they needed to confront, regardless of whether it aligned with their desires? Being brutally honest with narcissists can serve as a potent method to unveil their true selves. When you confront them head-on with the unvarnished truth, they may find themselves unraveling. Narcissists detest hearing truths that undermine their inflated self-image, especially when it contradicts their grandiose perception of themselves. Summon your courage and articulate what others might shy away from saying. Witness how their carefully constructed facade begins to crumble in the face of unyielding honesty. Now, let's explore number 8, complete disengagement. Narcissists derive immense satisfaction from their fabricated personas. But what if you